Hey guys, Ginger here. Welcome back to my channel. It has been like, what, a month since I recorded or posted anything? Crazy. Today I am going to be sharing with you guys my current reading plans, mostly for July, as this is the end of June, and kind of just what I'm planning to do in July and where I see myself going, I guess. So yeah, I've been in a really big reading slump, but I'm really trying to change that. The other night I just really got the urge to read, and unfortunately I didn't pick up a book when that happened, but it has been getting me more excited to get back into BookTube, get back into reading, and just talking with all of you guys. I miss you all. I really don't have plans for videos for July quite yet, but I wanted to get this up and get some reading plans in, so hopefully it can spark some creativity in video planning and I can get that done. So without further ado, let's get into talking about the small stack of books that I really want to get to ASAP. There are two different categories, I guess. One being lots of arcs that I want to get to, and the other one being the thing that I'll do last. But I have received, I think I have like 6 or 7 arcs, I think it's 6, that I have received that come out between June, so now, and August, I believe. And so I want to make those priority because the publishers have been so kind to send those to me, and so I want to make sure that I am getting to those, reading them, and reviewing them as I intended. Obviously, I was not planning to get into the biggest reading slump I think I've had in years, but hopefully I can just push myself to do better, read the books, and be able to get reviews out for you guys. So, first stack of books is all arcs, and I really would like to do a reading vlog, just reading my arcs, but I've really been bad at reading vlogs, and I think that's fine. I think not everyone is good at reading vlogs, and I feel like I should be better at reading vlogs because you don't have to edit as much and they're pretty simple, but for some reason sitting down and doing video, much easier for me. So I'd like to do a reading vlog, don't know if that's going to happen, but I am going to try to read these books. So the first one I have here is The Second Home by Christina Clancy, and this one already came out at the beginning of June, and so I have started it not that far into it, but this is a contemporary novel about 2 sisters and an adopted brother that are dealing with the fact that they are going to sell their beach home because their parents passed away, and it's kind of like, I think, a lot of memories being brought up and decisions being made, and so far it is reading well. I've only read 1 chapter, but I just haven't sat down to read a book. My anxiety has been so bad, so I've been like really wanting to get up and move, and so sometimes sitting down and reading a book is totally opposite of that feeling. But I am taking this to work now that I am back and hopefully getting around to it. I work today and tomorrow, so hopefully I can actually read something. I have had this on my TBRs for, I think, 3 of my past TBRs, so obviously, if you can't tell, the reading slump is real, but this is my top priority since it already came out, and like I said, I did already start it, so I just need to, kick myself into gear and actually read it. The other one that I am reading currently is a short story collection, and that is After Sundown by a collection of authors, and it's edited by Mark Morris, and there are about 20 horror stories in here, and Flame Tree Press is who's published it. I've worked with them in the past for a couple books, and so they sent out a newsletter that had it in. It caught my eye. There's some authors in it that really intrigued me, so I requested it on NetGalley and I received a copy. So I am slowly working my way through that on my phone, and I think I am on the 8th story of 20, so I am getting through that, and this one actually doesn't come out until October, perfect time for spooky time, but this is my first review copy on NetGalley, so I want to make sure I get it read in a decent amount of time so I can start building my cred on there and, do good. So I have been also reading that one, and I'm excited to talk about that because so far I'm reading some decent horror stories, and I think it will be something good for you guys to pick up during the spooky month of October. And then I have 4 other advanced reader copies that I have received. over the months, and I'm very thankful to the publishers for all of them. I know this has been like hard times, and so like getting the books out to me physically, I'm just so appreciative that I still got books during quarantine. So I will go through these in order that they are coming out, not in the order I received them, because they're kind of out of whack, honestly. The first two I have here both come out on July 21st, so I'm going to be getting to them after the ones I'm currently reading, hopefully. The first one I have here is a sci-fi dealing with like what if aliens had contacted Earth, pretty much, and that is Axiom's End by Lindsay Ellis. This cover is so pretty and it's cool, and I have not read tons of sci-fi, so I'm really excited for this, and that's why I obviously requested it. And the last sci-fi I read was The Martian, which was back in what, May? I think? April? I don't even remember. And so I'm really excited to get to this and read more sci-fi. I think it's going to be really fun and unique. It says, in 2007, and the world is not as it seems, about the first contact with an extraterrestrial life form, and pretty much like a not dystopian, but like alternate future type of book where we're going into the past but then back to now. And I think it's really cool, and I'm excited to see what this has in store for me. Like I said, really been wanting to read a sci-fi novel. And then the other one that comes out on the 21st is actually in historical fiction, so going kind of opposite. These are all very different, which I enjoy, but and that is The Book of Lost Names by Kristen Harmel. And I believe this is about a woman who finds a book of names that all have to tie into each other. Actually, let me look. So this deals with like kind of Nazi Holocaust stuff. This book is a stolen French artifact, and right, French? Yeah. A religious text, and so it kind of just deals with that, and it sounded really cool. That's why I requested it. I usually request these about like 3 months, 4 months before I get the books, and then I forget what they're about. So I do know that this takes place with like some World War II stuff, and it's historical, and there's kind of like a mystery element, so it kind of seems a lot like stuff that I'm excited for, so that's why I requested it. And I think this cover is also pretty stunning, so hopefully I really enjoy this one. And then the next two come out in August, so they are least priority, but I'm still excited to get to them. The first one is The Night Swim by Megan Golden. She also wrote The Escape Room, which I unfortunately never got my hands on, but if this ends up being a good book, I think I'm probably going to pick it up. And so this is a thriller, obviously. Takes place with a then and a now. Back like 20 years ago, a woman went missing, and now the mystery is surfacing back up and being more prominent in our main character's life. So it's kind of one of those mysteries, pretty generic, but I think it's going to be fun. I always like to try new thriller writers and stories, and like I said, I have heard of Megan Golden before, so I was really excited to get her newest book in the mail, and I'm really excited to read it. I haven't really heard much about it yet, so I am going to just have to dive into it myself and see what it's all about. And the last one I have here is This Little Light by Lori Lansons, and this is kind of a dystopian, and it's been compared to books like The Handmaid's Tale and Vox. It is set in 2024, so 4 years from now, and women pretty much are back to being oppressed and that kind of stuff. I believe, yes, abortion has been recriminalized, and I believe we're following a main character who needs to get an abortion or has had an abortion, something like that. And it's kind of just about the fight for women's rights and dealing with that kind of stuff. And I think this is going to be something that's really eye-opening and something that I'm going to really enjoy. I have not read The Handmaid's Tale or Vox. I have watched The Handmaid's Tale, and I really enjoyed it. But they're both books I've really wanted to pick up, and since this one is similar, I think I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm very excited to see what I think about it. And so this one is very different again from the other ones, but I am excited to get to it, and hopefully I enjoy it and I don't cry. I don't know, I just feel like this kind of book is one that's going to tug at my emotions, and hopefully that is in a good way. So those are the arcs that I'm planning to get to, and those are kind of my priority for the month, for just however long it takes me to read them. Hopefully not the whole month, but Again, I'm going to try to vlog them, but I don't know how well it's going to go. But even if I don't vlog them, I'm either going to do a review video for all of them in one or individual ones. That way I can give them some time to be talked about, more so than just in this video. But I do have one more thing that I'm going to do for books reading, because I am overwhelmed with the mass amount of books that I have and picking which one to read next. So I'm bringing back the TBR jar, or TBR bowl, I guess. I don't really have a jar. And this is a little different. It's kind of mixing the TBR games that people have, like Pursuit and Bookopoly and all that kind of stuff, and the TBR jar, because instead of books in here, they are prompts. And so I will have a little freedom, but narrowing it down to a certain genre or topic so that it is, you know, not as hard, but I still have the freedom since I am still in the reading slump. So multiple topics in here. I'm going to pick 3, and then that will be what, 9 books for the month, which is like my normal TBR for months. So even if I don't get to them, at least I'm picking out books. So let's go ahead and pick the first prompt out of my little plastic bowl. Alright, here's the first one. We have animal book. So animal book means I have multiple books down on the shelf. A lot of them I've already read, but they're about animals. They have animals in them, and I'm sure I have other books that have like animals as a topic. So I'm looking at my pile. The one I think I want to read, even though it's going to make me sob, is The Plague Dogs by Richard Adams. But my friend Sydney is also doing a Watership Down read along, so I have reread Watership Down like twice, and one of those being I think 2 years ago. But if I am feeling up to it, I think I will also go along with her read along. So if I do that, having another Richard Adams would be fun to have. So where did I put that? No, seriously, where did I put that book? It should be down there with my animal books, but I don't see it. Why do I lose my books? I don't even know where I could have put it. Guys, I lost a book. Oh my god. I'll find it and put it on the pile, but if you don't know what The Plague Dogs is about, it's gonna be a little too real for this time, but it's about 2 dogs that have the Black Plague, and they are going around doing dog things. And I feel like it's going to be really heart-wrenching, really sad, but it's really the book that's calling out to me to read. So as soon as I find it, I'm going to put it on my TBR. Book number 2. Let's get you out. This one. We'll do this one. We have Lowly Rated Freak. So I picked this one because I also have a highly rated on here. So we are going to consult my lovely, lovely Goodreads to see what is one of the lowest rated books on my TBR pile. Okay, so the lowest rated book that I have on my Goodreads is The Dinner by Herman Koch. And this is a very short book, so I'm kind of glad that this is the lowest rated because it is very short. I think it's only like a little, like 250 pages, and this is what it looks like, the copy I have. I've heard that there's a lot of people that like this and a lot of people that don't, and I found it at Half Price Books like 2 years ago or a year ago, and it was $3, so I picked it up because it was controversial, and as you can see, it is also lowly rated. So we shall see what I think about it, but it is going on the TBR pile. Last but not least, let's pick one more book for me to read. We will go with, I think I have 2 here, this one. Alright, what do we have? We have a Twitter pick. So for this, we're not going to know what it is yet, but I'm going to pick a couple books that are kind of like meeting my eye, and I'm going to put them on Twitter, and you guys are going to pick them for me. Or pick which book for me. So you will see that on Twitter if you follow me on Twitter, I guess. So I'm not really sure quite yet what I'm leaning towards for this prompt, but there are a few books that I am excited to get to that I will probably put on there, and hopefully you guys pick one that I'm excited for. So that is that prompt. So there we have it, guys. Those are the 9 books that I have planned to read or am planning to read within July, or, you know, the time around July. And I am excited for all of these books. And, well, I mean, I don't have the Twitter pick yet, but I'm excited for all these books because I have them and I've been given to me. They've been given to me. Words are hard. And so I am excited to get to them. I just hope that my reading slump stops. I read a really good book, maybe get some 5 stars in there, and just, yeah, can get back into the swing of things and reading books. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what your reading plans are for July, and if we have any similar books on our TBRs, or if you'd like to buddy read anything that I mentioned. So thank you guys again for watching. If you like this video, give it a like, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!